All right, we'll be back. For the Mixler folks, hang tough. We're going to get the video folks back online here. Now that we figured it out again. Tonight, we salute the veterans and wish a happy birthday to the United States Marine Corps. Semper Fi, you crayon-eating knuckle-draggers. You're 244 years old. The Dolphins have more wins in the month of November than the Patriots. What the hell's going on? A crazy weekend in the NFL. The NBA? We still have like 3,000 games before it's even worth talking about, so slow your roll. Baylor is undefeated and may possibly win the Big 12. Minnesota is undefeated and may possibly win the Big 10. Both would have to beat a top 4 team to do so. Will that be enough to get into the playoff? Or will they be pushed aside by a one-loss Alabama, Oklahoma, and Ohio State? Why we need a Division I NCAA football playoff. And why it's just pissing in the wind. Our picks, your chats. Tweet me, give me a follow at MikeAllen_OTA, #RadioManCave. At Big Bearded Bastard, spelled BASSTURD on TikTok. At Mike Allen Sports on Instagram. In the studio, Mad Mike, the Sky Marshal, Danger Davis, and the player to be named later. On the Celebrity Hotline, Chuck Licata of KMAX Sports, Crazy Joe, and West Coast Dan. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, and you are now on the air. The views and opinions on the Air with Mike Allen show do not reflect the views and opinions of any other content on Fort Kick-Ass Productions. The following has mature content. Have fun. All right, now we're back. Welcome back to I'm going to start all over again. So welcome to the show. Just to let everybody know, we got about 2 shows left, and we're going to get this shit figured out because this is starting to wear thin on Patty's nerves. I'm sure my nerves. We're actually going to use VMX next week, Patty. You hear me?
Yeah, that means now I gotta learn.
No, I don't care. I'm tired of this free shit. The free shit does not work. The free shit is killing us. The free shit is driving you crazy. It's driving you crazy. The free shit.
People out there that make millions.
Yeah, well, guess what? We have yet to string 2 weeks together when I'm hosting. The only show that you did that was flawless was when Chuck was here. So either you're doing it on purpose because you're pissed off at me, or there's a devil in here, or I don't know what's going on, but I'm telling you right now, free shit is killing us, and it's pissing me off.
Okay, I have a solution. No.
Okay, we're not going to blow shit up.
No, we're gonna.
You're gonna exercise the studio.
Yeah, we need to remove the demons from your blood.
Anything on my headphones.
So we'll bring a priest in.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Everything's on, unless you pulled your headphones loose.
Maybe we can get a 2-for-1 deal, and he can exercise the bad demons that are happening with me too. So there you go. Spiritual demons, not anything else.
And maybe bring some tacos.
There's nothing over there that's set in your headphones. It's something in the headphones.
Yeah, that's one way to scare them off.
But anyway, welcome, veterans. Thank you for your service. Behind me is a flag. And I've talked about this before, but the flag that's hanging behind me, right on that wall right there, you can tell it's a little dingy, a little dirty. That's because it's stained with the oil from the oil field fires in Kuwait following the 91 Gulf War. This flag flew over my unit, the 2nd Battalion, 3rd Field Artillery Bravo Battery of the 3rd Armored Division. We fought in 2 battles, the Battle of Wadi El Bataan and the Battle of 73 Easting, supporting the 2nd ACR. So two of the biggest tank battles in the world's history. Very one-sided, by the way, because we pretty much kicked everybody's ass. But yeah, that's what the flag is, and that flag will be in the new Radio Man Cave once we get all the pictures up and the painting and the done and the carpet. This old carpet's going to get ripped out of here. The computers are going to be set up. even though I can't get Mike to move his couch out of the living room, maybe I can get him in here and do some cable maintenance so we can make sure all our cables
I
are.
made an honest effort. Then I realized the thing is heavy.
Well, yeah, it's heavy. But anyway, so December we're not going to broadcast at all. January we're going to have a big relaunch, musical guest. Aylin and the Wind I'm trying to get them to come in here and get things going. So, yeah. To all the folks on TikTok, if you'd like to see the live show with everybody talking and what we all look like, you can go to theradiomancave.com, and we're up and streaming, correct?
Yes.
All right.
I just can't wait that I get to make like a little bunker thing, like a fort out there. A literal Fort Kick-Ass that Alex and I are going to hide in.
Yeah, that's not going to be at all good for a show that you two are sitting in a box. That's
No, that's going to be hilarious.
We can
'cause
call Davis a box troll.
it'll literally be the Fort Kick-Ass, and we're just going to like have like a little window where to speak.
He's got
no,
a.
we're not going to do that.
He's got a.
Actually, Alex will be in here running. He'll be running audio. Once we move out there, Alex and Patrick will be in here running audio.
He's got a point. Some of the highest viewed photos and videos on Instagram are cats in boxes.
True.
That is
Except
true.
I'm not a
Everybody,
cat.
people on
That
the
is
internet
true.
love cats.
Except he's not a cat.
Well, we have a. They like dogs too. Maybe we should
My
have
dog
Raid.
doesn't like boxes. You try to put that dog in a box, you're going to get bit. Yeah, Radar doesn't play well with boxes. So, well, at least we blew off the first 24 minutes of the show
Yeah.
with technical stuff again. Now we can't hear the music again. So, if it's not one thing, it's another.
It could just be. Remember what we had to do once unplugged that and replugged it back in. You got to turn it off, exit out, and then switch it back onto it like we did last time. That's probably what it is.
Dude,
For the music. Well, we
check
don't
it
have it.
out.
We're not playing any videos today, are we?
No.
Hey,
Nothing.
what if
No, I wasn't
my
able to get
Seahawks
anything
might
from
win?
Comic Con, so.
Do I?
Yeah, if they
Seahawks
don't.
might
You need
fumble-
headphones. Go get headphones so you can tell when other people are talking so you just don't start talking.
Well, while you were asleep, they almost drove into the end zone and then they fumbled it and it was recovered by San Francisco at the end of the half.
Now?
It's 10-7 still.
Still 10-7.
Still 10-7.
Well,
San Francisco looks like Seattle's about ready to go in to score. So
Unless they
I hope so.
fumble it in the 2-yard line again.
I'm going to win.
See, Dallas, that's what you're supposed to do.
touchdown.
Short field. Just do a pass. Don't.
Squad! Don't you do it because it's way too loud. Unless you back way up. All right. God, that hurt.
Oh, see, that was better. That wasn't that loud.
Leland, I love you, buddy, but you got to work on personal volume.
What we need is like an attenuation button right here.
No, personal volume. An attenuation right here in your head. That's where it needs to be. All right. So we had some fun this weekend in the NFL. The Miami Dolphins now have a better record than the New England Patriots
In November.
in November.
And they also have 2 wins in a row.
And they're 2 wins in a row. Now the Patriots have only played once and they lost.
Yeah.
Then they had a bye week. Was it their bye week?
Yeah, it was their bye week.
So, but still, we're talking about a team that hadn't won squat heading into November. Now they're undefeated in November. Which begs the question, do they understand how the draft picks work?
Yeah, because right now Cincinnati's going to have.
Because right now Cincinnati's going to
Cincinnati
have.
has the overall pick.
Yeah,
by,
they're going to be loaded up on drafts.
They're 2 games
Yeah, tell that to Cleveland as well, who also squeaked out a victory as well.
Yeah.
barely.
Well,
That's-
no, but they won.
They won.
They've got
I
a-
didn't-
you know, they've
I
got
love
a
how
lot to overcome
wait-
there.
They wait until I pick the other team
Yeah, but
to win a game.
And let me tell you something about Cleveland. Cleveland, and a lot of people are like, get rid of Baker Mayfield, fire the coach. Well, first of all, it's the coach's first year. You don't fire a coach in the first year. You got to let the coach get in there and get his feet wet and get his offense in there. 2, I think a big reason why Cleveland is not doing well is because of Odell Beckham. I don't believe his character, I don't believe his attitude is doing that team any good, because you can't have a prima donna in there demanding that everybody fall in line with him, especially a receiver. Receivers think that they're much more influential than they really are. Receivers can't do anything unless the offensive line, the other receivers, the running back, and the quarterback all do their job.
Exhibit A, Des Bryant.
Exactly. Does Bryant, Terrell Williams, or
That's another
Owens
Dallas
in
Cowboy
there?
prima donna.
T.O.
Yeah, it was Terrell Williams. Or
You know-
Owens.
Owens.
T.O.,
Owens.
Yeah.
Terrell Owens. T.O., all those guys. Anthony Brown. Tony Brown? Was it Antonio Brown? Yeah.
God, you're getting.
I know, I'm getting bad. I'm getting bad. I need more water. It's cold. It's cold in here. This is the first time we've been cold in the man cave. We could keep it this cold in the summertime. It wouldn't be too bad in here.
I have
It's
a
actually
long
really
sleeve
comfy.
shirt,
It's really
a hoodie,
comfortable
and
in
a
here.
beanie on, and I feel great. I'm not
I-
perspiring or
I know, and I
anything.
wore shorts and a t-shirt thinking we are going to be hot in here again, and now my feet are cold.
I come in here to set stuff up like previous shows and stuff like that, and I'm just like, damn it, I wore pants. I'm gonna die in here, and now I'm doing that, and I feel super.
Hey, where's your
comfy.
boy at, man? Text him.
He said he's on his way.
yeah.
He's on his way.
I'm
Yeah, he
literally
replied
wearing a
and said that-
blanket right now.
I know you're wearing a blanket. You laid down to take a nappy nap, and you're having a hard time getting back in the game.
It's my wolf blanket. There's a big old
So-
wolf on it howling at the moon. It's amazing.
His wolf blanket protects him from pretty girls. It's like a sweater vest,
For
but in
sure.
blanket form.
It's a thought repellent.
Be gone, thought!
You're a man of godlessness.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's my degeneracy blanket.
Degeneracy blanket?
It's very comfortable and soft. You want to touch it?
No, I don't.
No.
Touch it.
I don't want to touch it.
You kind of want to touch it.
I don't want to be anywhere.
Stroke the wolf. Make it howl.
I don't want
Yeah. You know, if you probably had, touched the wolf blanket, there wouldn't be show problems. It would
You
help
never know,
exercise the
probably.
Hey, that
joints.
could be. We all should rub the wolf blanket prior to.
Yeah, well, not when you say it like that.
You got to stroke it.
I don't know where that wolf blanket has been.
Not when I use creepy voice.
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to, Leland. That thing has seen stuff, let me
Yeah.
tell
No,
you.
not like that.
Oh, yeah,
weirdo.
Oh yeah, it has.
Trust me.
And it's
Just because you don't know about it, Davis, doesn't mean that it happened.
And it's officially freezing outside.
Okay, so let's go through this last weekend scoring. The Raiders beat the Chargers. I think we all picked that,
think so.
26-24. The Lions, of course, are the Lions, and they lost to the Bears 20-13. Matthew Stafford was on the injured reserve for that game, and Jeff Driscoll went 27 for 46, 269 yards, and 1 TD. But that wasn't enough to get past the Bears.
That's bad.
So 3-5-1 and 4-5, two losing teams in the NFC North division, and 20-13, and of course it's the Lions. So the Ravens went in and kind of took it easy on the Bengals and only beat them 49-13. Browns beat the Bills 19-16. Now the Browns. Josh Allen for Buffalo went 22 for 41, 266 yards. Let's see. And he was the top performer. So the Buffalo quarterback was the top performer, but Baker Mayfield and the boys were able to pull out a win to go to 3-6, 1-3 at home. And the Bills are 3-1 away. So they have a winning away record. And the Bills are 6-3 and still in the mix. In the mix. So nothing there. 35-32 Titans over the Chiefs. This one was a fun game to watch. And I'm telling you right now, Chiefs, you better get a defense. Because if your quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, goes 36 for 50, 446 yards and 3 TDs, you should win that game. If your offense can put up 32 points, you should win that game.
I think that could be said for a lot of teams in the
That's
league.
pretty
Not
much
just,
any team.
yeah, the Cowboys, and we'll get to that in a second.
Well,
Well, yeah, because Tennessee they blocked the field goal
yep,
to seal the deal.
to seal the deal. But you shouldn't have been in that position. It shouldn't have
Especially when you've got Patrick freaking Mahomes.
been. Yeah, throwing for 446 yards and 3 TDs.
Yep.
But here's the problem. Derrick Henry, the Tennessee running back, went 23 carries for 188 yards and 2 TDs. That's a problem. That's a defense problem right there.
That's a huge defense.
That is a huge defensive problem. Move the camera down a little bit. There we go.
Gotta fix it.
How many third down conversions did the Titans get?
You know what? I don't know because I don't have that open.
Do you know what's awesome now?
What's that?
The Seahawks have the ball again because we forced a fumble.
Ooh, 14 to
So
10.
that's what,
There's a
3
fumble.
turnovers in this game?
Yeah, and I cannot
Two
wait
by
when
the
we
Seahawks?
win. And the first thing I'm going to do is reach out to one of my friends because she grew up in San Francisco, and she's a huge 40 Winers fan, and she literally went out of her way to text me and be like,
Talking
I
smack.
hope you lose. And I'm like, when they lose?
Just to kind of give everybody on TikTok, say hi, everybody.
How's it going?
This is the old man cave. This is the old, cluttered, made for audio only man cave, and this does not have any aesthetics whatsoever.
Did a cat run
Worthy
onto the
of-
end zone like what happened last week on Monday Night Football?
When?
I'm asking, did a cat run onto the end zone, which
I
caused
feel that they should release
When?
more random animals.
Yes.
on-
today's game?
on
Have a
football
giraffe.
games.
No.
Yeah, like a giraffe.
No, but the Cowboys did put the cat in their starting lineup.
Yeah. But the cat never saw the field, so that's probably why Dallas lost.
That's probably why they
I want to
lost.
see like somebody release like 40 guinea pigs.
They should just
onto
have the
field.
cat start in place of Zeke Elliott.
And now we have an upset of epic proportions to where I really thought I would have to put Patty on suicide watch. Even though Drew Brees went 32 for 45, 287 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, the Saints only put up 3 field goals
Yep.
and were defeated by the 2-7 Falcons, 26-9.
Yeah, it was garbage.
And they not only were they defeated, they were defeated at home in the Superdome.
Yep.
But here's the big surprise. The Jets beat the Giants.
So their 2 wins are against the NFC East. Says a lot about the NFC East.
Bucks and Cardinals went right down to the wire. Jameis Winston was the leading performer at 30 for 48, 358 yards and 1 TD as they defeated the Cardinals. And I actually started what's his name?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray,
Should've been that
who also he was right there with Jameis. Jameis just barely edged him out. But here's the big surprise: 5-4 Colts at home get beat 16-12 by the Dolphins.
Or now what? 2-7.
Didn't I call that too?
You did call that.
Yep.
In theory,
You
the
did call
Dolphins.
that.
And you guys thought I was crazy.
In theory, the Dolphins, if they don't lose any more games this season, can go 9-7.
Yeah, I don't see that happen.
I don't see him running it. I do not see him running it. Packers down the Panthers, who are probably going to be moving on from
Cam Newton.
from
Yeah, he
Cam
gone.
Newton.
He gone.
Kyle Allen went 28 for 43, 307 yards, and a touchdown. He was the leading performer, the leading quarterback performer for that game. The Steelers beat the lowly Rams, who are a shadow of the team they used to be because they gutted their team after their Super Bowl loss.
Reigning, defending NFC champions.
17-12 was that score, and 28-24. The Vikings come into Jerry's world, and the NFC North asserts their dominance like a dog humping your leg on Christmas dinner
Gross.
over the Cowboys, 28-24. Dak Prescott, however, was the top performer, 28 for 46, 397 yards and 3 TDs. Oh, and San Francisco's on the ropes now, down by 10, 20-10, with 1:42 left to go in the third on Monday Night Football.
Now let's get back to that Dallas game. Dak is a very underrated quarterback. He gets a lot of crap, but honestly, it's not his fault. I mean, if you're able to put up those numbers, there were 2 things that stood out in that game. 1, Zeke Elliott was completely ineffective on the run, and 2, the defense was more porous than Swiss cheese. I don't know how many third down conversions the Vikings were able to complete. And the fact is the Dallas defense didn't put up any stops. And what they should have done, and this goes back to why the head coach is probably going to get fired. There's 2 things at the end of the game. 1, they should have let Dak just throw the ball into the end zone instead of trying to do it, have Zeke Elliott run it twice and get stopped. And 2, when they were able to somehow get a stop and get a punt return, they didn't return the ball. The punt returner could have easily gotten, 20, 25 yards? Instead, Dak had to was it 2 or 3 plays to get into a Hail Mary position with 7 seconds left. And Dak actually got it into the end zone, but where were the Dallas receivers? I saw 4 Vikings jump for the ball. Not a single Dallas guy jumped, and of course it was intercepted, which only hurts Dak's quarterback rating. So that interception really shouldn't count towards it. But like we said, Dak was throwing this thing on a rope. He was confident. He's humble. He's basically, that's why I call him underrated. He is anything but a locker room cancer. And in the free agency market, I think he should go to a different team as long as Jerry Jones keeps screwing up this Dallas Cowboys team.
You think they should trade Dak? Should hey, pay attention.
I am
He
paying
just had
attention.
this, he had this long ass tirade, and he kept it on the multi-screen.
You know,
unless Jerry Jones,
I know he gets over there he's over there texting his girlfriend or his
well,
fiancé,
at least I was on
his
the
wife.
screen. Period. That's the important thing. But here's the thing to think about. Unless Jerry Jones is willing to put a huge dollar amount in the paycheck, I'll just say screw it. If you don't care about winning a championship other than the NFC East, which like I said, the New York Jets, their 2 victories are against the Cowboys and the Giants, the NFC East.
Yeah.
You can have a losing record and win the NFC East. It's basically the participation trophy division
Yep.
of
And
the NFL.
And if anybody goes to the playoffs out of the NFC East, I bet you they're 500.
If
So-
that.
If
One of
that.
yeah.
this whole time he's talking about how Dak Prescott is, good and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, who's
Yeah,
better.
unless Jerry...
Hold on. Let
Yeah.
me finish.
Russell Wilson is infinitely better. than
Oh, of
Dak
course.
Prescott.
Yeah. Well, Russell Wilson's one of the new breed, so
He's like
he's going to be around for a long time. He's
gonna be
healthy. He's
probably
tough.
One of the best quarterbacks of all time
Probably
because
yep.
they just threw up his stats and I'm like,
Damn.
Oh, he leads in a lot of categories.
Well, the fact...
always good.
He's only thrown 1 interception this year.
yeah,
1.
Like that's
He's like 62-1.
yeah, that's something you're like.
That's crazy talk.
What?
Don't jinx
But the
him.
fact is that Dak actually mastered with Cooper these amazing... I saw 2 in the same drive.
Bradley Cooper?
Where Cooper's literally at the sideline, and he has 2 feet barely in bounds, and the ball's thrown out of bounds. He's able to catch it, but he has 2 feet in bounds, and he did that twice, once to continue a drive and once for a touchdown. So
Yeah.
the fact is that Dak and his receivers are linked.
I'm tired of talking about the Cowboys.
Boys. We
I'm
hate
tired
the
of talking
Cowboys.
about the Cowboys. Tired of talking about them.
So
This ain't the Cowboys show.
You know-
But besides Lily YouTube, how you doing, Lily YouTube?
Hey, little YouTube.
See the whole show, go to theradiomancave.com and watch us on YouTube. We're YouTube Live right now. And yeah, we're talking sports, but we're going to get into other stuff. So
like
let's go back, and we're going to wait till the player to be named later gets here to go through. And I just realized that I don't have, I wonder if people are trying to call in on the celebrity hotline because I don't have Skype open.
Wow.
Chuck, West Coast, and Crazy Joe. We'll get to you in a second.
My bad. Now it's open. Now if they call, we can answer it. Okay. But we need to let's go through our picks.
Boy.
So we all picked the Oh no, Chuck and West Coast picked the Chargers.
Wait, I picked the Raiders in this one.
You picked the Raiders.
Jesus, if only I'd
Everybody
picked
else
them in
picked
my
the
other
Raiders. We all picked the Lions except for Mad Mike, who picked the Bears.
So far he's got 2.
So far he's got 2. Where you going, Mike?
I want water.
Oh, okay. I picked the Browns. Y'all picked the Bills. But Chuck picked the Bills minus 12. He lost 2.
West Coast also picked the Browns.
And West Coast also picked the Browns. Let's see.
I'm starting to realize
we all
that
picked
we
the
just
Saints.
need to pick what
Except West Coast.
West Coast picks because he just seems
Except
to,
West Coast, yeah.
Wait, did he pick Atlanta?
He picked Atlanta.
Oh, he can.
So far, he's only got 2 wrong.
Jesus.
He's ahead of all of us.
No, I am.
No, Mad Mike, you got the Bills and the Saints wrong.
No,
Yeah.
it says you.
Says this. We all picked the Vikings except for West Coast and Leland.
I'm doing terrible this week.
I picked Dallas in my other
Let's
league.
see. We all picked the Steelers, and Mad Mike picked the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The only one that picked the Dolphins.
Jesus.
The Monday night, right now, the way it's looking, it looks like Danger Davis, you got 3 right.
Jesus.
Mad Mike, you got 5 right, 6 if the Seahawks win. You got 4 right, 5 if the Seahawks win. Chuck got 2 right, 3 if the 49ers come back and win. West Coast got 3 right, 49ers come back and win. He's got 4. And Leland, you got 2 right, and if the 49ers win, you got 3.
So what I'm hearing is I'm the best at picking.
Your
Your
nose.
nose. Jinx, you owe me
Little wieners.
you owe me some crystal meth. Please. What?
Jinx Crystal Meth.
Jinx, give me some crystal meth.
All right, so I'll set this up and get this
I
started
need to
here.
go buy one of those.
We
big
at Fort
onesies.
Kickass Productions do not condone the consumption of meth. We just want to put that out there for all of our listeners. Meth is bad.
Meth is bad.
Meth is bad. Go ingest
bad is an
some,
underrated. Meth is
Go ingest some marijuanas.
meth.
That
Don't
is
do
all.
that either. That's illicit.
So
There's Drano in meth. Do not take meth.
Stick
Bad is an understatement. Meth is horrific.
Everybody knows in order to be truly successful, you have to snort cocaine. I'm just saying.
So are you saying
don't do
we
that,
should
kids.
be doing
No,
that
don't
before
do that,
the
kids.
show?
You know what? If it makes the audio run better over there, I say we do some lines.
Well, no. Instead of that, what if we
I
just
say
like,
we
get
cut.
some?
I
and
say we
s-
cut that shit
I
up.
was thinking
and
the
do
exact
some
same thing.
lines.
we
Just stick it in
sprinkle it into the computer. Get that
Or we could
computer
do that,
running
yeah.
nice and fast.
We could do that. Crush up some crack rocks and put it in the
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
So it
Ram and
frickin-
just jam it in the USB port.
exactly.
Dave
jam
Chappelle
it in
shows
there.
up.
Oh, Greg Lewis. Hey, I like hearing about the Cowboys.
Well, Greg Lewis, we don't want to talk about the Cowboys because I have a Lions shirt on, and we're not even talking about the fact that Stafford was an IR, and now the Lions are under investigation for possibly keeping that information from the rest of the league prior to the game. Here's my take on that. It's the fucking Lions. Oh! 9:45 into the show, folks, and I dropped the first F-bomb because it's the Lions. It's not the Patriots. It's not the San Francisco 49ers. It's not anybody. It's not the Seahawks.
But
It's not a
rules-
team that has anything going for them. As a matter of fact, the Lions, even if they cheated, would still be the Lions. And I'm a fan. I'm a Lions fan.
Well, sometimes they have to hit rock bottom before things.
Do you mean to tell me you're going to go after the Lions?
And my
For possibly holding back information about their starting quarterback. It is the freaking Lions.
Hey, you've been
Who
complaining
cares?
about the Ford family not selling the team. This might force them to sell it to a owner that would actually give two shits about this football team and actually make it competitive. Just not Jerry Jones.
I hope they keep him.
Why are we going back to talking about the Cowboys?
I know he keeps trying to direct it, but I had a show host that did that, and I fired him.
You did?
Yeah, no, I didn't fire
Well,
him.
you made Greg Lewis, one of our listeners, have a frowny face.
Oh, did I? Well, thanks for listening, Greg. By the way, and it's just
We love you, but we hate the Cowboys.
we just don't like the Cowboys.
Yeah, we just really don't like the
look,
Cowboys.
Here's I don't hate the Cowboys. Let me
do.
get that out the way. I don't hate them because my team's not a rival with the Cowboys. However, they're playing them next week. So, Greg, if you'd like to put up a bet, I don't bet money. And if I bet beer, it better be something I can buy at the Circle K. I'm not going to be chasing around some exotic freaking beer that I have to special order, Johnny Bumpus, that's never in stock anywhere. And then I have to end up paying you cash anyway because I can't freaking find it.
Don't worry, he lives
If you
in
wanna-
Lubbock.
But, a plate of barbecue, something like that, if you want to throw it up there.
If that's an excuse,
I'm taking bets right now for the Lions versus Cowboys this next weekend.
hey, if that's an excuse to get Greg down to Austin or Hutto from Lubbock, so be it.
Okay, I'll make a bet with you that both teams are terrible.
Oh, yeah, both teams are
Oh, of
horrendous.
course. It's sort of like the Giants and the Jets, just
But
not
it's like
quite as bad.
But it's like my Super Bowl because I really have no other. There's really no other game that the Lions play that I care about. Technically, because they could either win or lose.
Oh, this is the Thanksgiving game, isn't it?
No.
Oh,
It's next
that's
week.
2 weeks. Okay.
Next Sunday. Player to be named later, rolling into the man cave. After a nice cold day out on the tundra.
Goes from 73
Grab a seat,
degrees
man. Come on in,
to below
relax.
freezing.
We just chilling
Move over,
like some
Mike.
Dylans.
Don't knock the cameras. You got a chair?
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we'll grab another chair.
It's raining out there.
Pull the mic up, talk into it. So we start out. We have no audio.
Yeah.
So apparently we have to unplug and plug in the USB ports after doing stuff.
Yeah, apparently this computer just hates us because we did a test run and
It worked
was
great.
perfect.
I was so happy. I was
And
ready
then we
to
went
go.
live and the computer was like, I'm going to take a shit. Pretty
It's like,
much.
screw you guys and your happiness. No one cares about your
Chuck's
happiness.
not manning the helm. I don't want to work tonight.
I told your dad he needs to release his demons that are in his blood.
Were you wearing the beanie earlier? Or were you
Pass the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've had
think
this
the
thing
beanie-
on since I got here. We
Pull
ran
it out
a-
and pass it back and forth.
That's what she said.
Zing. Frickin' zing.
Take that.
Ah,
Ugh.
Yeah.
good Lord.
Great Caesar's.
Oh, he left the room a long time ago.
All right, moving on from the NFL. We'll go back to the picks as soon as we can get Chuck and those guys to call in. Since I didn't, I didn't have Skype open. That's my bad.
Damn, just kind of.
I know. Just, I
Half-assing
mean,
it today.
just half-assing it today.
Greg
well, you know, I'm
says
kind
he'll
of.
make a bet. He says Dr. Pepper to your beer. So I guess you just have to
Oh,
send him
okay.
some Dr. Pepper.
Okay, Dr. Pepper. A 6-pack of Dr. Pepper.
But with the good sugar in it.
Yeah.
With the real sugar, cane
Yeah.
sugar, the throwback Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, the delicious stuff.
That makes it, it goes right through you and cleans out your
That
bowels.
shit's
Yeah,
amazing.
Send them the caffeine-free diet ones.
Oh, that would just be mean.
I would not be that evil to anyone ever.
He would
Especially
be. He
your
would be
listeners.
forever grateful if anyone has a hidden stash of Dublin Dr. Pepper somewhere.
Ooh.
The gas station.
I wouldn't drink.
He would be the person that would invent a time machine just to go back to buy fresh Dublin Dr. Pepper. That is
All right.
Greg Lewis.
Moving on to college ball now.
I'm going to a Senor Brown Water.
What?
So there's this rumor that I just started a couple years back that Dr. Pepper was originally called Senor Brown Water, and I have a following of people who actually believe.
They believe that?
Yeah, just like I also started a rumor. You know, what's it face? What's the name of that jewelry store chain?
Zales,
No.
Diamonds Direct,
No, you.
K
James
Jeweler.
Avery. Yeah, James Avery. So I started a rumor that James Avery was actually founded by James Avery, who was the actor on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
And also a bunch of people believe me.
So basically, don't believe anything you say.
Well, pretty much like
Sure.
you. People will believe anything that you see on the internet. I mean, Abraham
everything.
Lincoln said that.
Everything. That was one of Abe's.
Yeah.
That was one of Abe's.
The
you know,
Honest Abe, man. Dude
Honest
never
Abe's
tells a lie.
quotes. Yeah. Well, Greg, I accept your bet.
He says it needs to be Diet Dr. Pepper.
That's fine because it tastes just like real
He's
Dr.
watching
Pepper.
his figure.
I like that. Diet Dr. Pepper tastes just like real Dr. Pepper.
That's like saying the Impossible Whopper tastes
Do you know
like
what
meat.
do you know what I like? I like the Diet Mountain Dew. I don't know what it is, but I think it tastes better than regular Mountain
Than
Dew.
regular Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had any of that because I've been drinking this.
And less of the syrup.
Yeah.
Which is actually good for fasting.
Have they come out with the? They were making another. It was like a cherry, or no. It was like a vanilla float Dr. Pepper. No, vanilla cream Dr. Pepper. They were making that, but I don't know if it's hit the
Oh,
market
the cream.
yet.
Oh yeah, they still make it. Have you gone
Would
to?
you talk into the mic?
Have you gone to a fast food place which has one of
put it in your
those multi-tap soda machines?
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, cherry Dr. Pepper,
You got, like,
strawberry Dr.
200
Pepper,
different soda
cherry
things that you
Coke,
can
some
make.
Fanta.
It's Fanta.
Fanta. Who calls it
Fanta.
Their
You
advertisement.
know, one of the things we're gonna have, guys, is we're gonna have a wireless microphones.
So then we can just hold the mics.
We can just hold the mics, or they're gonna do the clip-on ones.
So I can be in the toilet.
Okay, here's my opening shot for the show. Drones hovering, with the sunset, swings around, sees the Hutto water tower, right?
Yeah.
Flies down to the man cave door here, and then that's where we'll edit in. We'll come in. Alex will be sitting here because you're doing the audio. Patty will be over there. We might be able to get Kelsey and Darth Baker and Savage,
I can't remember.
Tiny
anybody's
Savage or
names.
whatever, involved in this. Maybe cooking, doing something. With you guys, huh?
Doing what?
I don't know, like feeding you like togas. I don't know. We'll just think of something, and then as we go through the hallway, we'll have Mad Mike
Taking a
the
shit.
toilet, taking a kapump and dump, and then come on into the main studio.
1821.
Well, we're already hearing his shit anyway, so I guess we'll make it literal.
Yeah, I just thought that'd be funny.
I'm very mad that the 49ers got a touchdown.
Yeah, they're coming back, man. They're 8-0. I mean, that's
I hope
no.
they-
I did not see that at the beginning of the
I
season.
want them to lose.
But let's talk about college football
And how
because
it's
I got a beef.
Speaking of college football, had you put $1,000 down on the fact that Baylor is 9-0, you'd have $100,000.
I know.
And they're still ranked 10.
So here's my problem.
Here we go.
with the current college football. Shut up, Patty. With
mean,
the
you say it
current
every
setup,
year.
it's every year.
It
and I'm
is,
going
I
to
agree,
keep
I
saying it.
agree.
I'm going to keep saying it until we have a proper playoff in Division I football. The only level of football in existence that doesn't have a playoff system. The only one. Every other level of football, from Pop Warner all the way up to the pros, has a playoff system. And guess what? Sometimes the team with the best record doesn't get in. Because right now in the NFC East, we have the potential for a team with a 500 record to get in over a team with a winning record in another division just because they won their division. And guess what? That's how it works. That's how it works. Win your games. Beat the other teams, and at the end of the day, the best teams get in. All the division leaders get in, and the NFL and everything else. Oh, that's nice. He's trying to distract me with brisket. So why not Division I?
Yeah, why is Baylor ranked 10 when there's 5
Right.
teams with one loss that are ahead of them?
Well, right here, here's right now. If we were to have the playoffs today, number one LSU, number two
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State, then Clemson, then a one-loss Alabama.
That's bullshit.
You got to think about the detrimental impact that would have on the tailgate economy if you were just to have a single playoff system and a single championship.
How many people go to those toilet bowls other than Mad Mike?
I mean,
I have no idea.
well,
But I
the
know
average
tailgating is a hell of a lot of fun,
outside the major bowls, and there's the 5 or 6 major bowls. Outside of the 5 or 6 major bowls, the average attendance for all the other bowls is less than 30,000.
Is that like
is
all together?
pathetic.
Like all of them combined?
Yeah, that's the average.
Yeah,
there are
that's
some that
garbo.
are as small as 5,000. The Hawaii Bowl, less than 10,000 people, and it's
Yeah,
a
that's small.
40,000 seat stadium.
That's smaller than a basketball
Because the two teams that are flying out to Hawaii aren't even from Hawaii. They're from no one's paying that kind of money to fly all the way out there to see 500 teams go at it. No one's going to watch that on TV. No one cares. There's 49 bowls this year. I think they added 2 more. There was 47 last year. Nobody cares about these bowls.
Yeah, the argument of academics is bullshit because you have Division 1A and Division 2, which you have the Ivy League schools, which are supposed to be the most academically challenging schools of all. They're in Division 2 football. Harvard, Yale, they play playoffs.
They got playoffs. Well, here,
and
Here, hold on. Top 4, Alabama's got a loss. We got Georgia with 1 loss
that's 5.
and Oregon with 1 loss before our first undefeated team after the top 4, and that's Minnesota, who's on track if they win the Big Ten by beating Ohio State. That'll have Ohio State as a 1 loss. But who do you think they'll have in the Final 4? Ohio State or Minnesota?
Ohio State.
Absolutely. Why? Why? If they're not the conference champion and they got beat by a conference champion who would be undefeated.
Same thing with Baylor. Why are they number 10 when you have number 9 Utah number.
Now after Minnesota, let's keep going. This is the AP poll. This is the poll that they use to define this frickin' mini BCS double 4 playoff bullshit. You got 8-1 Utah. They'll never see the top 4.
Nope.
Number 1, Penn State with 1 loss. They might make it if a couple of teams in the top 4 lose 2 games. Then you have 8-1 Oklahoma, and I'm surprised Oklahoma's way down here at 10. I'd think they'd be at 5.
Well, they
With-
also
with the
barely
logic.
they beat Iowa State
They're
by
still
1 point.
But it
ahead.
doesn't matter. By the logic that's been played around all this stuff, Oklahoma at 10, they should,
And they're still ahead of Baylor, a Big 12
and they're
rival
still
Baylor.
ahead, and they're still ahead of Big 12 Baylor. And Baylor, if they win out, will have to play Oklahoma in the championship. And if they beat Oklahoma, they'll be left out with a 1-loss Ohio State and 1-loss Alabama, which is a tragedy because they'll be the undefeated champions of a major conference, a Big 12 conference. Now, here's where it gets really jacked up. At 11, you have an 8-2 Florida over a 9-0 Baylor.
And we're talking about Baylor being in the Big 12, the major conference.
And it's a Big 5 conference.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's complete bullshit. There's no
Garbage
way of
time.
cleaning that up.
Well, that's
And now,
why they
and now
need to
look,
extend it halfway.
here, let's keep going. Auburn 7-2, 14 Michigan 7-2, and they shouldn't even be in the top 25. And yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm a Michigan fan, and I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at the camera. I don't know if he's ever going to see this. Jim, Coach Harbaugh, you're on the bubble. You lose against Ohio State, just pack up everything in your office.
And if they beat Ohio State, would Ohio State still be knocked out of the top 4?
If you beat Ohio State, I'll give you one more year. But you got to beat them again. Or at least get us a national championship. You're in year 5. Come on. All right, so we got a 7-2 Auburn, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Notre Dame, all at 7-2. Then you got a Cincinnati team, and Memphis, and Boise State, and SMU, all in first place in their conferences at 9-1 with only 1 loss. Why are they behind the 7-2 teams? And especially that 2-loss team Florida way up at 11.
I would eat that. Garlic toast crunch.
See, I put my co-host to sleep with this tirade. What's the chat saying? I'm crazy?
No, but we do have
Then you have
7 listeners right now.
And then you have number 21 Navy,
thanks.
number
Yeah, for
22
throwing that out there.
Number 22 Texas. How,
Well, it
how did
says it on
Texas
the
get back in the
stream.
ranks? They're going to get their face kicked in by Baylor. I'm surprised they didn't lose the K-State or the other Kansas team.
Yeah, well, UT's sucks.
Then to round out the top 25, after Navy at 7-1, which they've turned their program around. The Army-Navy game is going to be a fun game this year because Army, I think, has two losses. After Navy at 7-1, you got Texas 6-3, Iowa 6-3, Indiana in the top 25 at 7-2, and Oklahoma State at 6-3. Look, all this is fine. All this stuff here, putting all this stuff up is fine, and if you want to see your teams ranked, but none of this should have anything to do with who the national champion is. None of it.
Should be wins and losses, and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
If you
by
win
an
your
inch or a
conference, you're in the
mile.
bracket.
Winning is winning.
16 games. 16 games gives us 4 weeks of meaningful football in December plus 1 championship game. 16 teams. You win your conference, you're in.
And the fact there's been more than 1 year where you have an undefeated team that did not get into the championship game and won their bowl game and was not granted any part of the national championship.
UCF.
That's the most recent one. It happened before them, too.
So right now, let's take a look. And we're gonna do this again this year, and we did it last year. We're gonna make a bracket for our show. Why is the chat covering my face?
It doesn't completely cover your face.
Good Lord, dude.
Well, Greg says, guns up, he bets that Tech will beat TCU.
He's putting the chat over top of everybody.
No, I'm not.
And then he gets back on Facebook.
Why are you doing that?
It's see-through. You can still see his face.
Isn't the chat
cover
just to
my
the
face.
side of the window?
Oh, my God.
Anyways,
Holy cow, what
And you
the
can't
hell?
see it.
it's on the air with the live chat.
Look at that, it's cutting me off right there. It's like I'm looking over a fence. What am I? Somebody's neighbor now?
Yeah, you're like the character from Home Improvement, Wilson.
4, 6, 8, 10.
There you
There's
have it.
okay.
It's
There's 10 major conferences.
Congratulations, Patrick. Thank you.
10. So on a 16-team playoff, that's 10 conference champions plus six second place teams that could get in on a wild card. Rank them, put them in a bracket, and let them play. Mm-hmm. What we did last year and what we're going to do this year is at the end of the year, as they go off into the 93,000 bowl games, we're going to take the top 16 teams per the AP poll. We only use the AP poll. We're going to take the 16 teams for the AP poll. We're going to bracket them up by rank, just like we would anywhere else. And this is how it works. On the first quarter of each game, the score that the team scores is their score in our bracket. So if Clemson doesn't score anything in the first quarter and the team that they're ranked with in the bracket and their bowl game scores 7, that team wins. The second week, the second playoff, it's the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then the champion. Now, we did that last year, and I have the bracket here somewhere.
Yeah, and didn't Alabama still get in?
No, no, because they were the SEC conference champions.
Oh, that's right.
So Alabama was in. Now, we went through the whole thing, exactly that formula, just to kind of play with it. That formula has nothing to do about teams being better than each other. It was just kind of a fun way to figure out the score, and it has no bearing whatsoever. Guess who won?
Clemson?
Freaking Clemson. Oops.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that, I don't know. We had fun. Guinea Pig, how you doing on TikTok?
Tell that to
I
the
got to show all the
Washington
new
Manual.
people on TikTok. There's player to be named later. Mad Mike, who's grumpy because we woke him up very loudly. There's Sky Marshall,
I
Daniel
was
Davis.
asleep, and then they just started.
Well,
yelling
we told
No,
Leland
we
to
asked
knock
Leland
on
to
the
go
door.
knock, and Leland went in there like a drill sergeant at Wake Up. It's like, wake up! And I thought he was breaking the door.
Yeah.
His enthusiasm was a 10.
It happens.
Gets an
Mine
A for
was a
effort,
negative
but
two.
the
Gets an A for
execution
effort.
could have been better.
He nailed the landing. Let's put it that way.
Stick the landing.
Stick the landing. Nailed the landing. I don't know.
Same
Whatever.
difference.
I was
Yeah, at least it wasn't a short
And he
field.
came.
Mike just came in.
He was like a bear.
Don't. It's like fee.
See, now doesn't that look better with the chat where it's not like covering half the screen?
Yeah, I set it behind your camera. So now you don't get covered up and we can still see the chat.
Why
And-
would you cover? Would you do that to Chuck?
Yeah,
Would you do that to Chuck?
probably.
He didn't.
We didn't have a chat.
Damn!
We didn't have a chat then.
Sky Marshall coming in and said, "Well, you did."
You didn't have that.
Well, he
And the
didn't.
show and the show sounded good, and you had no glitches.
fried mac and cheese sounds awesome.
All right, Chuck's not calling in because he just got
Chick-fil-A
done.
open?
He's just got done doing a volleyball tournament, so
Cool.
he will not be calling in tonight. And we haven't gotten any calls from our other co-hosts that are off-site, so we will not be consulting them
Oh, so we don't
in,
get
the,
to hear.
in the football picks.
We don't get to hear Quisuela hitting West Coast in the head with a shoe or some other inanimate object.
How about what?
Probably dying in a blizzard right now.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Well, except for Dan.
Yeah, it's like 70 degrees on the West Coast right now.
Yeah,
He lives in eastern Washington.
Yeah.
It's not 70 degrees over there.
Well, it's
it's a
not.
little
It is
chilly.
very cold.
He's
in eastern
huddling. He's
Washington.
huddling in his guard shack with Consuela.
Yeah, like eastern Washington in winter sucks
okay.
ass.
It's okay.
You come in here. You keep it warm.
We got the heater. Es muy caliente.
Oh my God, we're going to hell. To
Duh.
hell.
And Chris is amused, so.
All right, so let's go through. Let's do some football picks here. Now, just to let everybody know, on the webpage you have the Facebook, you have Twitter. I'm on TikTok now. Big Bearded Bastard, spelled bastard BASSTURD, and follow me on TikTok if you're on that app. If not, don't worry about it. My email is mikeallensports@gmail.com. If you are a creator, if you make short skits, funny films, if you're a producer, if you have a short film is anything between 7 and 15 minutes, contact me. We'd like to put that film on the show. We have 2 shows left in the old man cave. This place is getting gutted. We're going to reset cabling. We're going to paint it, make it brighter, put some lights in here. We may still be broadcasting from the man cave once we get done doing all that, as we work on the big studio. And once we get the big studio done, that's where we can have in full bands, comedians, and a studio audience. If you're in the area in Central Texas and would like to come in and be part of the studio audience, you can. And it'll be an event. We're also starting up either a Patreon, or what was the other one I sent you? Did I send you that link?
To what?
I didn't.
No.
Okay. Well, there's another Patreon type website that we might utilize to help fund the show. And if you would like to help fund the show, that all is not set up yet. So we're not taking anything like that.
Mini-vids?
Huh?
Is it mini-vids?
It's not mini-vids.
Panda Films?
Panda Films.
Well, with this
Pornhub, our Pornhub channel.
with the stream that we are
should.
currently using, you can set up a thing where people can leave donations, and it funnels into a PayPal account.
PayPal.
Yeah.
But none of that's set up yet. So don't try to
No,
send
yeah,
us any
don't
money.
send us your money yet.
If you make a Pornhub channel, we could call it like Man Destroyed by Other Man, and it would just be Patrick messing up the show on purpose for you.
Computer.
It could just be us
computer
complaining, "Why
constantly
can't we hear anything?"
Screws group of guys every Monday night.
Every Monday night.
Yeah.
So anyway, but if you'd like to have or if you're on TikTok, you guys have videos on there all the time. If you have a YouTube channel, let me know. We'll get your videos on here. We'll let you expand your audience and of course put links and stuff like that. I also reached out to the Conscious Lee and some other political guests that I'd like to have come on and discuss anything. So
There's a moment during the cremation process when the meat is perfectly cooked.
boy, I wish everybody
Is your
could
last
hear what you
name
just
Donner?
Dahmer, not Donner.
said. There, well, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Stick a fork in me.
I mean, I prefer mine
I think it's
rare,
done.
but
Yeah.
All right, so Pittsburgh and Cleveland are playing Thursday night.
I think we know-
Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
I think we
Wait,
know.
just to go back to the whole thing that Mad Mike said, I want my body wrapped in bacon. In a bacon weave when I'm cremated.
I think I can make that happen.
And that way when it's happening, the
aroma.
mortician can be like, damn, it smells good.
So it'll be the hors d'oeuvres. They'll be named later.
Yeah.
basically
I want to be slung into a volcano. I think that'd be pretty cool.
dropped from a
trouble
like a
shake?
an aircraft
you see
into
me
a.
That's still one of my favorite stories, man, is that gargantuan trebuchet you guys built.
That thing was amazing.
Everybody else is carrying theirs out in a box. You pull yourself on a trailer.
We really showed physics who's boss. Also,
Expect no substitutes.
we also spelled physics a lot cooler. It was FIZX. And our professor or teacher was like, I'm okay with this, I guess.
You can go ahead and let
That's
that
actually
slide.
the way it should be spelled.
I'm a physics teacher, not an English teacher.
That's what he said. He was pretty cool. All right, so Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Pitt.
I am going to pick Cleveland because I have faith. Danger Davis.
Pittsburgh. Are you going to start Baker Mayfield that game though? That's the question.
I don't know. I do not know. Mad Mike.
The Salamis. So the Browns, I guess.
Seriously.
And Chuck, I'm going to go ahead and give him the Steelers.
Yep.
And Leland,
Steelers.
you want to get in on this? Or don't you care? You don't care?
He's going to pick Oregon Trail
So
without disc 2.
He's going to take dysentery.
Take dysentery.
there's
Dysentery for the win.
I love you, and you've turned out to be a wonderful man and a wonderful human being, and I'm very proud of you. But somewhere went wrong when you don't love football, when your grandfather is a head coach, and
He just
And I'm
wanted
a
to stick
coach
it to you.
Well,
I
Started
don't
looking
know where I
around
went
and-
wrong.
seeing all these grown men getting angry and losing their shit at a TV
For a sport that's fixed.
for a sport that's fixed.
As long as the Seahawks win, right?
The same reason why I don't watch the NFL is the same reason why I don't watch pro wrestling.
Yeah, but pro wrestling's fun. Because you know. I mean, if you know it, though.
I sent you.
I mean, you
no
had
offense
fun
to
going to
the-
see it live and the Independent. Now I'm talking WWF is kind of wore out.
Once. Oh wait,
But the Independents were fun.
Yeah, you'll probably enjoy an AEW show.
It was cheesy. It was fun.
Eh.
I went because you were announcing. And
Yeah,
did a
he
good
went there
job,
for you.
But
That is irrefutable proof. That
boom.
Boom. It's when
Boom.
Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers got hit by a
I know.
Russ flag and threw it up there. That's funny.
Got a lot of shit going on. Watching sports is not something that fits into my schedule.
That fits into your schedule. Okay.
Got a lot of sleeping to do.
Well, then you should watch golf.
Sleeping and
I watch golf. I watch shit.
See, there you go.
Put that puppy on up on a Sunday, kick back, fall asleep,
have some crispy boys.
have some crispy boys.
Hell yeah.
As the announcer just like whispers sweet nothings over the TV, and I fall asleep. Says things like hole and putt.
Mike's a little bit disappointed right now
Drive.
because
shaft,
Green.
pin high.
Mike's.
Watch a lot of rugby though.
Oh, yeah.
That's some. How about some MMA?
No, I don't watch MMA either. No,
It's like no.
Apparently that's fixed too.
it was cool for a while, but then like
just
I
call
don't
it
know,
professional
I guess
wrestling.
Maybe, like working at a bar for so long, I was just like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Two.
That's all you see.
Womp.
Oh yeah,
All right.
bro. Does he have to put him in a chokehold? Oh yeah. Is that what he should have done? Oh man, yeah. I know. You should tell him next time.
How about boxing?
I'm sure if you yell louder at the screen what he should be doing,
Yeah.
and then like imitate it at the same
Drunk,
time.
drunk guy in the bar
Yeah.
analyzing the
Totally,
fight.
totally. I like college football. I like college football a lot, but that's for like a whole lot of reasons, not just because it's a football game. I mean, like
Yeah.
the tailgating, the blacked outness.
Jesus.
The fact you can't remember the game at all.
The great food at the tailgates.
Yeah, the food's great.
Great people, the friends that you make at tailgates.
So you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like football, you like the tailgates.
You like to party
Yes.
around it, yeah.
No, I mean it's just fun. This is a lot more fun to me.
Speaking of drunk guy at a bar,
Oh, dude!
Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Let's get through our picks. That's gonna be our final. Because I was saving that.
Oh.
'Cause but I just want to give everybody a preview. And if you're watching on TikTok,
You should have got foot.
I went out with these two, and I made it all the way home and got out of the car. Someone didn't make it out of the car, but we'll talk about that. Next up, Dallas versus Detroit. No, that was when that's when you were working or doing something.
Yeah.
Dallas versus Detroit. You know who I'm picking?
The losing team.
Probably.
both.
Danger.
Dallas.
Mike.
We're not Detroit.
I bet Detroit wins that one.
These are the games they win, man.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Chuck is not here. West Coast. Leland.
I'm gonna get fired.
Cowboys.
Yes.
Damn, just
Por pinche Cowboys.
All right. So let's see.
Right now, he's being the big cheese Coolero.
Let's go around. Mad Mike.
What?
Your team is Seattle, and they have
He's a little
they
bit.
have a bye next week. So pick another team, and let's pick the game.
It's gonna be a bird team.
The Bills.
The Bills. Let's see who the
Animal
Buffalo versus Miami in Miami.
Oh.
Miami on a 2-game win streak.
Bills for sure, but I sympathize for the Tuna fans.
I think I'm gonna take the Tuna fans on this one.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think that was a fluke. Danger Davis.
The sea creatures.
You should just think team names.
No, they like to make it hard.
The Sharks.
They like to make it hard. Mad Mike.
What? I said the Bills.
Oh, that's right, the Bills.
Duh. Bills Mafia. Break that.
Leland.
I think Flipper's going to get a three-peat.
How many Flipper movies did they make?
Too many.
Too
many.
All right, Danger.
The fact they made one.
Your
New
team.
Orleans. We play the Bucks.
Tampa Bay again. Again?
Yeah, we play Tampa.
All right.
And I'm sticking with them.
I'm going to go ahead with the Bucks on this.
Well, you suck.
The Buck Pirates.
The Buck Pirates.
Danger Davis is the Saints. Mad Mike.
Saints.
I think I'm going to buck the trend and go with what the host has picked.
All right. Leland.
Let's see here. So the Cowboys already picked. Who's playing Houston?
Houston is
Houston
playing
plays
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
That'll be a good game.
I'm going to pick Baltimore.
Houston versus Baltimore.
Bird team logic. Works for Mad Mike.
Taking Texans. Danger.
Texas. We use our semen as rocket fuel.
Mad Mike.
Squaw. That was a really shitty squaw right there. I did.
Leland.
Bird team logic, I guess. The Ravens. I mean, they had a
What?
really decisive victory this go around.
All right. And Monday night, Kansas City coming off a
Dreadful loss.
dreadful loss on a game they probably should have won.
Did they play?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
That's right. I picked Tennessee.
They got beat by Tannehill. Tannehill beat them.
Yeah, Banana Hill. West Virginia.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Country roads.
Who are the Chiefs playing again?
Chargers.
Chargers. I'm going to stick with the Chiefs.
Mad Mike.
The Zappy Boys.
Chargers.
Chiefs are going to get that
And
trail
Leland.
of
Not only are
cheers.
the Chargers going to lose this game, but I've heard reports this week that they're also going to lose their home and might be moved to London.
They're not moving to London.
Gotta hope so.
It would be the NFL, then it would be the, I guess, Europe.
No, well, they're trying to expand into Europe. Is what they're trying to do.
That's dumb. Any team that
All right,
expand over
it's
there is going
locked
to get
in.
1776.
The travel logistics alone are going to be a nightmare.
Now they do it, but they have games there every year just to see.
Well, yeah,
That's
they're
why
having a game
they're
in
having
Mexico
games
next
over
week.
there. That's why they're having games outside of the United States to check all that to make sure that the logistics is sound. All right, so that's done. So
Yeah, but a 16-hour flight's still a 16-hour flight.
tell us what happened this weekend since you were the sober one, Mad Mike, which that in and of itself is amazing.
We decided that because I met up with them at the Domain, we're like, well, drinking at the Domain kind of sucks.
Yeah, and it was
So,
like 9 o'clock.
We're gonna go and migrate to downtowny parts. So we go and shuffle on downtowny way.
And you're driving because you're the
Well,
designated driver.
I drove us there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was still sober at the time, and I was like, I'll drive us out. Allegedly. So we're gonna see. So anyway, Patrick decides to hit the sauce pretty hard. and I'm like over here like, oh, I'm just gonna hang out and talk to people. I got bitch slapped when I got out of the bathroom.
By who?
Bush. I come out of the bathroom to taking a leak downstairs, and the door opens, and I just catch like a hand to the face.
Ba-bam.
I was not happy. I was like, what the hell? So anyway,
Why'd he hit you?
I don't know, for grins and giggles. So we keep going down, our night, and we eventually lose Patty here. Like, we don't know where he's at.
So it's just you and Tiny Savage.
Yeah, so we're like over here hanging out.
So he went
bullshitting.
rogue.
I went to get pizza, according to
went
my
and got
Chase
pizza.
Bank app.
And then, I don't know. Like
I went to
no
get
clue.
pizza.
So we find him downstairs eventually, and one of our buddies was like, "Hey, you need to like take Patty." And I was like, "You found him?" He was like, "Yeah, he's actually passed out." So we get over, and he's literally
Where was he passed out at?
the bar.
I was at the bar.
He was sitting in a chair, just passed out, like in his like face into the bar, just kind of like this.
Where was the pizza?
Gone. I ate it.
There
all.
was no pizza. So we wake him
Is it
up.
a
and we're
Rapallo's
like-
pizza?
We're like,
That's
we're like,
Yeah, the
Patty-
one right over by Parlor and Yard.
garbage pizza,
we're like,
man.
Patty.
Well, it was
First of all,
delicious.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Hoax doesn't exist
Garbage
anymore,
pizza.
does it?
Yeah.
Rapallo's
It's
pizza is the worst.
Is good.
Stoney's Pizza
Stoney's.
downtown is
Well,
the
I didn't
best.
want to walk that
Yeah,
far.
But Rapallo's, that doesn't make Rapallo's trash. There's like 15, 20 different type of pizza places in the downtown and the downtown area, and they're all pretty great.
You forget I work
Aside
downtown too,
from one- Yeah, well,
and Rapallo's is trash.
Isn't it like $10 a slice now?
no, it's like
It's like
$6.
5 or 6.
Anyway, so back to the story. So Patty's passed out
Still.
face first.
You don't know what you're talking about.
And I was like, hey man, we gotta go. He's like, cool, I'll just drive us back. And I was like, no, you ain't. So we grab his keys and like we're walking and trying to like herd him over the car was like trying to make a donkey walk backwards.
Oh,
Like, it
boy.
was not.
The roles were reversed. Usually
It
it's
was-
the other way, and I'm
It
trying
was-
to
yeah.
get
It
Davis
was
out
not
there.
very pleasant. And like this whole time, he's over here like, I want to go back. I'm like, no, you're not going back to
You're a
drinking.
real piece of shit sorority bitch.
Yeah, so we
From
get
what
him
I've
in the
been
car.
told.
We get him into the car, and I'm like, okay, you sit him back because you're a disaster, and you can kind of lay out or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're driving down Mopac, and he's like, I don't feel so well. And then he's like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so well.
Is that what I said?
Then
Oh
this
my God,
this
that's
This
great.
is when the story goes from
Bad to
fun
worse?
to really bad because he throws up all over himself in the back seat of his car.
How you throw up on yourself?
Then
30 years old. What are you doing throwing up on yourself?
Dude,
And you're engaged.
The,
It
the
was-
last
it
thing
got
I
even- it got
remember
even better. So
was
I
being
rolled down-
downstairs, and we were talking to Lonnie downstairs, and then I woke up in bed, and that was that. I don't remember going to get pizza. I don't remember any of that. But
Well, he
yeah,
had Rapallo's. Nobody threw up over himself.
So then,
Yeah, I threw up. That's what I ate the night I threw up.
And not only did he throw up all over himself, we rolled the window down and he threw up and covered his whole car in vomit. And I don't know what he ate.
it was the
but
pizza.
Yeah, the consistency
burger.
of his vomit just looked like oatmeal. And it was.
I had a
Rapallo's
burger.
pizza. I'm
And
telling
it
you,
was-
it's
it was-
trash. That Rapallo's pizza is trash,
It
man.
was-
1, you don't know what you're talking about. 2, you don't know what you're talking about. And 3, my final point, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that shit's delicious.
Is that your final answer?
So anyway,
Actually, I have a 4th point. You don't know what you're talking about.
that was the
so
fifth point.
We get back to like we're rolling and like we're doing like 90 on Mopac. I'm like, I want to get home and hear just it sounded like an exorcism. So
hey, it's his car.
because it stinks so bad,
We had
and
to
it's
roll all the
50 degrees
windows
outside.
down.
We're driving with the windows down. Everybody's like huddled up, like
And,
a
and Tiny
burrito.
Savage is still gonna marry him.
Yeah, and she's in the front riding with me, and she's like, I can't believe he threw up all over. Like, the whole time we're laughing and we're mad at Patty. So we park, and we had to get him upstairs up to his apartment, which was also absolutely horrible.
Left his ass
so
because
who
now he's
detoxed
just-
his car?
Now he's this vomit-soaked disaster.
Did you at least throw me in the shower?
And we get there, and we're like, Patty, go take your clothes off. So he goes into the bathroom and completely disrobes, hops in the shower for like 2 seconds to kind of rinse off. Like, he was like, that's fine, that's enough. And leaves like his gross, vomity clothes inside the bathroom. And then he just walks around naked real quick. And then he just goes into his like bedroom. We're like, All right. So that's a thing.
Well, I guess my midlife crisis started early.
We had sandwiches and
You only
chips.
got to live to 60?
And you wonder why my show's not the most watched show on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we're sitting here.
characters
Davis,
like
what
this.
time did we leave the bar and
Like-
what time did we get home?
I think we left at like midnight.
What's
dude.
up, real Caleb?
Like,
Oh,
we didn't-
okay.
We weren't out there super late, so
Oh no, because I felt great when I woke up.
we wake up the next morning.
Well, I did too. It's because you threw up all the alcohol and
Yeah.
pizza.
I was like, oh, I'm just kind of tired and a little groggy, whatever.
So who ended
He
up
wakes
cleaning
up
the car?
super
I did.
cheerful and happy, like, oh, it's a beautiful morning. I don't feel hungover at all. And I'm like, yeah, because you like purged your body of your
Yeah, the bad part
contents.
is nobody bothered to tell me that I threw up all over my car
Oh, no,
until I
I'm-
was leaving to work. I had to go.
Oh, hold on. For all the new folks on TikTok, this is a podcast. It's at theradiomancave.com. The link's in there if you want to watch the entire show. We have all the cameras
Yeah.
up. But
I'm not
welcome
gonna,
to TikTok.
I'm not gonna warn him into what he's about to like stumble into
Good for you.
because
Good for
like
you.
this is his thing.
Yeah, it's his car.
Real-
We're gonna
Hey, sometimes lessons are best learned.
Oh man, I wish I would have been there for that. I want to see I want to see the face of like the look of disappointment that Patrick would have in himself when he gets in his car and he smells his like
Does your
vomit.
Oh, dude, it was so.
And he turns around and he just sees it all over his fucking back seat. And he's just like, oh no!
and then the outside of his car?
There,
probably like,
to be
"Davis
honest,
threw
there
up in
wasn't
my
that
car."
much.
No.
There wasn't that much in the back seat.
It was
Somehow it
all
all
over.
ended. So you had to actually like open the door, and the actual like body of the car it had somehow seeped down into that. So that's where it all was. There was a little bit like on the seat. Thankfully, I didn't get any all the stuff that I wore to Comic-Con. I somehow did, and it was like all that was on the
thank
floor.
God.
I didn't get that on any of that.
Oh, God, the Comic
There
Con
wasn't
stuff.
There wasn't a whole bunch of vomit all over the inside of my
Oh,
car.
it was
'cause
all on the
all over my
outside.
clothes.
So you
He
didn't
caught
get,
all of it.
so you didn't get any into the air conditioning vents.
No, there are no air
It's in the
conditioning
back
vents
seat
in the
of a
back
car.
seat.
Huh?
It's a Ford Fiesta, man.
It's a Ford
Yeah.
Fiesta.
Yeah.
It has like two
It's got
vents.
one vent. And it's about the size of a $1 bill, and it's right in the middle of the dashboard
So-
above the radio.
No wonder they stopped making that car.
We go back to sleep, and then like we wake up later, and I'm like, dude, like what smells really bad? So then we just walk into the bathroom, and we just see like this clothes
Pile of vomit.
vomity coveredness. So we throw it in like in the
In the washer.
washing machine. The washing machine starts smelling like vomit. We're like, this is so incredibly angry. And I'm like, the whole time, he also lost his phone and wallet. Had no clue where they were at.
Where did those end up being, by the way?
They were stuffed, but somehow they ended up between the center console and the passenger seat. I don't know how they got there, but
Hey, quick update. 18 seconds left in the ball game. San Francisco is driving down 24-21.
I hope they stay down, stupid 40-winers.
So they might be looking at their first loss,
So you're telling me
which
that Patty,
will be a loss, but they're 8-1, which is still pretty
a-
good.
Ty-
That's a win
tie
for
game.
me.
so you're telling me Patty had an exorcism, and we're still having demons with this show.
I mean, yeah, those are different demons that were exorcised.
Those demons were Rumpelman
those,
demons.
those,
I like how he was like, I'm not going to drink
Those
all that
beers
much.
that
And
I
then
had-
see him
Oh,
take all
that's the
these-
famous last words.
Yeah.
when
well, no,
somebody
the
says
best
that.
bit was when we were sitting, like Davis finally got out to Wonder Bar, and we're just hanging out. And the rest of Hannah's friends, they because they had to like drive back places, so they were gonna leave. And it's like 9 o'clock, so we're just like,
Francisco.
let's go back out. Famous last words here. Yeah, we'll just go out and have a couple drinks. I think Tiny to Savage sent me something just now that pretty much sums up the night. It says, "My girl, you said 2 drinks and be home by 10. Me, the little white cat meme. I'm pretty sure I said 10 drinks and home by 2."
So
I'm certain, and she still wants to marry you.
Pretty much.
That's still
then
going on.
Sunday-
Hey, that's a keeper. You keep that woman.
Sunday, I ate clam chowder, and it was
All right, so Chase McLaughlin to tie with 6 seconds left, and we could be going to overtime.
47-yard
Gonna go
attempt,
into overtime.
Why don't you
because
shut up, Patty? I'm watching. We're showing here real time, and you.
I have it.
and it's gone to overtime.
And now we're going to go into overtime. But Patty already ruined it because this is 30 seconds behind on the Roku.
Oh well, Greg Lewis also said Well, first he said, "Yay, Leland Cowboys," and he said, "Football overtime, 24-24."
Oh.
but that means we get to
so
watch
it was
more
one of our
football.
listeners. It was one of our listeners who. Okay, well,
You can't hate the listeners.
can't hate the
Well,
listeners, man.
The fact is that
Thank you for listening and watching. By the way,
this game
Make
can
sure you
still
like and subscribe.
end in a tie, which means that San Francisco won't have a perfect record.
Yes, they
that
will.
could be
They
another-
Yes,
will.
they will.
8-0
They won't have a
Yes,
loss.
they will because they won't have a loss. They'll be undefeated.
They'd be
will still be
7-0 1. It's still undefeated because they didn't lose.
Now the question is, if they run the tables, if this ends in a tie, which I don't think it will, but if they run the table, will Miami still have cause to keep the champagne bottle closed? Every year, Miami, the 1974 Miami Dolphins, the only
'cause they won
undefeated
this-
team in the history of the NFL, every year they wait until the last team that goes undefeated gets a loss, and then they pop a bottle of champagne.
The more you know. I mean, I still think if it's a tie, I mean, you're not going to technically have a perfect season because you'd still
8-0,
You wouldn't have that win. You wouldn't have any losses, but you'd still be down a win. So I mean, I guess
Well, but since they
Like, what are your
played,
thoughts on
but
that?
back then it was 14. It was a 14-game season, so they were 17-0 with the playoffs.
yeah. So this one they'd
So-
be if
so
if they go and win the Super Bowl, they'd be what 18.
Well, they'd be 19-0.
Well, no, I'm saying if they get
Well,
a
the
tie.
18-0-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So-
end of regulation. We're in overtime. Wow. San Francisco 49ers trying to hold on to an undefeated record. When I got to be honest with you, I picked them to be dead last in the West. I think we all did.
And we all did
Yeah.
at the beginning of this.
I got that paper somewhere. Hopefully I didn't throw
Well,
it out.
they were showing stats. Garoppolo's in his first 18 games, he's 16-2.
Yeah, he's up there with some of the greats, Montana and Rodgers and Staubach.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and he was playing for the Patriots the year that Tom Brady was out.
yeah.
He was the backup.
Well, when you learn from the best, I guess.
Well, 2 more shows, guys. Let's go around the room. Leland, what'd you learn today? Last final thoughts, Leland.
I learned, not necessarily on the show, that. Oh, wait a second. I've already known about Texas weather. What did I learn today? I learned that Patty can't hold his liquor.
Oh, I can hold it. I just drank a shit ton.
All right, Patty.
My lesson to be learned is don't drink like 3 23-ounce IPAs and then go downtown and do shots of Rumple. Because then you'll have to clean your
23
car out.
of the shittiest beer ever made. Mad Mike, are you
Patrick
finally
is an
awake?
ass.
Huh?
Patrick is an ass.
That's what you learned today? That's what you got out of it? Player to be named later.
Oh man.
Oh, the Rapolo's Pizza fucking rules.
Hey!
I learned.
Final
today
thoughts,
that
final thoughts.
Mike Allen doesn't know what he's talking about. And then I also learned that
Hashtag
he
Rapalo's
must
Pizza
have
sucks.
something wrong with his palate. Maybe I don't know.
I think they have a disorder, for
Disorder, some sort of disorder. You know, I'd be careful about saying that out loud. Somebody might have you committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag Rapalo's Pizza sucks.
I think you're literally the only person who thinks that.
Those
No.
with Fort Kickass Production do not condone those comments. I just wanna put that
Imagine
out there.
if a Little Caesars opened up downtown with their $5 large.
There's a
They'd put all this-
Domino's right down the street from
Not
West.
even-
From West, that sell slices.
Not even comparable. All right. First of all, Little Caesars is pretty damn good too. All right.
It
So,
is.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good.
I've had worse pizza downtown. I've tasted.
You know the
something
best-
that literally tastes like a Lunchable. I'm like, I can't believe I paid $10 for this pie. I'm gonna fight somebody.
That's usually what happens when I buy a Rapolo's.
You're wrong. You are wrong.
Stoney's Pizza. Okay, the next time
Yeah,
hey,
you can't.
the
you
next
bring
time
up
we go
Stoney's
out-
pizza. That's like saying like, yeah, man, I think like copper's a really
All
good
right.
metal, and you're like, actually, gold is better.
Hope-
Oh, shit.
Hoax Death Metal Pizza doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Death Metals, no. Okay, next time we go out, we'll get a Rapalo's.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna eat the whole thing. And
Hey,
then
we'll-
stare
we'll-
at you in the eyes and be like, "This shit is delicious."
And then it'll be all outside of Patty's car on the wheel.
We're gonna have a vomit bucket.
We'll have a vomit bucket.
The
Then we'll
vomit
compare
comet.
consistency between Stoney's Pizza and Rapallo's Pizza
Here's the problem. I
after a hard night of drinking and Rumplement.
I don't vomit though. Like
Do you force yourself?
I've seen you vomit.
Yeah, you remember the company you're in, okay?
I've
seen you vomit. Okay,
into a tree
I have
stump,
seen you vomit, so don't stop that bullshit. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's my back. There's patches of grass in my backyard that are fertilized from your vomit, so I don't want to hear that.
Vomit on yourself, piss on yourself, and I'm pretty sure I've seen you shit yourself.
Probable
Yes,
facts.
yes, we and I can
vomit.
I can confirm that. I can confirm that.
False.
I
Alright.
vomit, but it's only like as a oh shit, I got to boot and rally. Like,
Yeah, we got to clear some of this
Get
out.
these shots out of my gut. Get some Rapallos in me.
Oh god.
Get back to it.
Oh, that's horrible.
You know, Rapallo should give us all a bunch of free pizza.
No,
Yes.
Except for
except for me.
Mike.
I will
I'll be
turn
like,
it
all right,
down.
I'll go in with an open mind if it's free.
I will turn it down.
Oh well, no.
I'll have your
See,
slices.
that you don't get it. You don't get it.
OGs
It's not
get pizza
It's
now.
not pure. All right. It's not pure.
What makes it pure?
Everything.
The delicious
Believing
flavor.
in Rapallo's pizza is what makes.
And the fact that you're married to one of the greatest chefs I've ever known.
She likes Rapallos. So what does that tell you? How wrong you are. Boom.
Hey, I occasionally eat at Taco Bell.
Hey, Taco Bell's awesome.
Oh, I bought 2 pieces of pizza at Rapallo's.
You would have said like taco.
Yeah. How long did it take to clean off the side of your car?
I'm gonna have to have a talk with Kelsey. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We got 2 shows left, and we're getting the hell out of the man cave. Gonna redo the whole thing. It's the coldest it's ever been in this room, only because it's 30 degrees outside, which is. But we're gonna have all this redone. 2 more shows left. Live shows gonna start again in January in the new studio. If you'd like to be a part of that, contact me at Mike Allen Sports. MikeAllenSports@gmail.com, or you can just follow me on Twitter, at MikeAllen_OTA, hashtag at Radio Man Cave. Contact me, and we can get your content on the air. If you're a musician, comedian, actor with content, with the short films that you've produced, I want to premiere them here on the show. So contact me, let me know. Next year, whole new show, whole new Man Cave, whole new studio for Kick-Ass Productions. But thanks for joining us tonight. And we'll see you next week. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave. And Rapallo's Pizza sucks. You've been on the air.